Two Bible shots.
I'll check that one there.
Give us 1 second. We're just making sure we have a couple of cameras on. I heard.
Listeners. Yeah, I heard you. Yeah. Women's preppers instructions equals Isaiah 4:1. Yeah, I think we're good to go. Yeah, can we get a on the comment board? Anybody on?
All right, if anybody can respond in the others live.
Right here, I'm trying to Facebook, my Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
I did the same thing. I'm trying to click to my Bible app and bullshit. That just be safe, bro. All right. Okay, we good to go. All right, shalom, shalom. We are the brothers of the Great Millstone, the branch here in Chicago. And first and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto
YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI,
double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to all our fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. The would-be judges, the 144,000, and the scattered elect that are scattered among the heathen nations, the Israelite foreigners who have the appearance of the heathen. All right, this is not a black thing, a color thing. All right. And to the few Akwaf that are listening and learning, we do say shalom. Now, do not get it twisted. The Israelites do primarily make up the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, but the flip side of that coin is that our people are scattered among all people. All right, so you really truly have to test the spirit, all right, of an individual. Right, because Israelites are going to come looking like the heathens. And if the Lord is not with you, you're not going to have the ability to be able to test the spirit. You're not even going to, and all the people who like to deny that, the blackity black y'alls, I'm still waiting on the video and the edification with scriptures.
I got one.
That on how you identify the scattered Israelites among the heathen. How we know who they are when they don't look like us. And yet the ones who always open their mouth, they haven't put up the scriptures or the or the videos yet.
I got one quick one.
Bring it out, Baba Kushai.
Hosea 7 and 8. Ephraim, he hath mixed himself among the people. If you mix yourself with anything, it's hard to see. That's why YAHAWASHI, as when he was a baby, they said go to Egypt.
It's camouflaged.
To go hide as a baby in Egypt. Why? Because other people are dark skinned to hide from Herod.
Hide among Hamites.
Exactly. Ephraim, he hath mixed himself among people. Ephraim is a cake not turned.
All right, so a cake, that the part closest to the pan is darker than the part that's up top, where the icing goes. Duh. All right, but real quick, let's get that Isaiah 4:1. Let's come out the gate with it.
All right, this Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach.
So let's look up the word reproach.
Gotcha.
Let's do that first. And then somebody real quick get Genesis 24:67. All right, because there's only one way to get married according to the Bible, according to scriptures, according to the Lord. There's one way to get married, and it's not a ceremony and jumping over a broom or signing a contract. That's not how you get married.
And if I may say,
Absolutely.
You have to ask yourself, what is going on, and what is the reason why it says how many women shall take hold of one man?
7.
7 women. 7 just means completion. All right, so it could be more than 7. It could be 6. It could be 5.
It could
whatever.
be less than 7. It could be way more.
9,000.
Right.
Isn't the power of 1700?
Right, and how it is over here, especially in Western civilization, and the mindsets that they have molded our people to be like, oh no, just one man for one woman, one woman for one man. That's it. We just had the old girl yesterday at camp saying, when I told her husband that he was gonna have his wife in the kingdom of heaven along with his other wives, and she was like, generally whatever she said. So she had the mindset of, no, my man is going to just have me and no other woman.
And see, the Lord will mess around, and he'll make it on a chariot and her ass won't. And then she'll still end up being one of his wives later on.
That's it.
when she bring her goofy
A
ass
lesser
back.
one.
Exactly. So, but
But you're like, damn, baby, I've been waiting for you.
exactly.
Looks like you was wrong.
Exactly.
Come
so
meet
here's the
Sharia.
mindset.
Right, come meet your sister wife.
Exactly. But the point is that here now, that's a thing of it's looked down upon for men to have multiple women. But the Bible, we're reading the Bible, and it says that 7 women shall take hold of one man. They all that my man just one man. All that's out the window. So why is that out the window? What is going to be going on where women just say, okay, I don't care about you got all these wives. I want to be called by thy name. I know you got multiple, but I want to be one of the multiple. What you got to ask yourself, what is going on in the world at that time?
And so he asking that question. Hold your scriptures for a second, brother. He's asking that question. And the name of the video is Why Millions of Women Are Prepping for the Collapse. The Doomsday Queen. So that's another word we need to look up.
Right.
Look up the word queen. All right. So what other word are we looking up? We're looking up
I got reproach.
reproach, queen. Okay. And before we go any further, marriage. You said let us take on thy name.
Right.
Right? The way you take on a man's name is to marry him. So let's get with the record. Let's just check the biblical record of what marriage is. Forget your opinion, what you think, and what you thought. Let's let the scripture speak.
That's it.
It's Genesis chapter 24, verse 67. And Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent and took Rebekah, and she became his wife, and he loved her, and Isaac was comforted after his mother's death.
So as simple as that. He took Rebekah into his mother Sarah's tent. All right. And he penetrated her. He had sex with her.
Became one.
Because sex is basically when you cut and break the hymen.
That's it.
All right, because a woman only has sex once. Everything after that is intercourse. All right, she only has sex once, and so he actually had sex with her, and she became his wife. That is how it happens. All right, the Bible just gave you a clear-cut record.
Can hold a second.
Let me bring this
For
down.
one second, goddamn. Don't forget, he had only seen her from a distance walking. He did not know her.
She was hot for him.
She was brought to
You
him.
read up before,
Yeah.
she was like,
Who's
is
this
that
man?
him? And she put a little veil on. She
right,
got
right,
excited.
right. It says, who's this? He said,
Because-
that's my master.
Because she
coming
had
over.
been prepared for him.
Right.
She knew what her mission was.
Yes.
My mission is to go and give myself unto this man and become his.
Yes.
And,
So, yes.
she did exactly that.
And without 20, 30, 40 minutes with even knowing each other, he saw her. She came in, they met, they dealt. And then they said, and he loved her. It's to see this American edge, oh, you gotta go date somebody for 6 months and 6 years and 3 months or whatever, 3 years and go on dates and this. That's
I'm
all.
gonna make him wait. And you done already banged, 3 times your birthday.
Come on.
Hey,
You
Will.
multiply your birthday times 3. That's how many men you done been with. But now you want to make this good guy. I like him. So I'm gonna make him wait. You saw the comedian that did crack that joke?
Right.
Well, when he was talking about, oh, you gonna make him wait because you like this one. You like, so the other ones you were like, I don't even like you.
Right.
While she's sucking him off. That shit was funny as hell, but it was like, damn. So the one you like gotta wait, but the guys you don't, you in the back seat. Talking about, I don't even like you. Slurp, slurp, slurp.
I just wanted to back up Shakaria real quick because people try to scoff that and say, oh, they didn't fuck. But right here in the next chapter, in Genesis 25 and 20, it says that Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethlehem, the Syrian, of Panorama, the sister of Laban, the Syrian. And Isaac was entreated of the Lord for his wife because she was barren. So why is she pregnant the next chapter if they didn't fuck?
Exactly. She was married. So people just need to shut their dumb ass up. All right. You need to when took her means matter of fact, we can look that up too. All right. So you were hot for scripture. Bring it out, and then let's get the meaning of these words, and then we're gonna talk about this video that's on the screen.
Shit, the tribes. How did they come about?
Well, this is just the NLT. It's the same scripture, but it goes straight to the point. It says,
That's the spirit, because I was gonna ask somebody to read it in the NLT.
okay.
That's one. Man, you can't. Man, come on, man. Go ahead, brother.
In that day, so few men will be left that 7 women will fight for each man,
Damn.
saying, let us all marry you. And since we done broke down what the marriage is, let us all get hit.
Right. So, girl, hurry up.
Amen.
I need my turn.
Right, exactly.
And don't be in there, all day. Hurry up.
That's it.
We trying to get married too.
Right.
Time is short.
What about our
that,
reproach?
that one video where when that sister was talking about, bitch, that's our man.
Right.
So you think you get the only one that bitch, that's our man.
You better take care of my husband.
Right.
You better not be cheating on my man.
And so then what, again, the question, what is going on in the world that the women are going to have a change of heart?
Don't care no more.
Don't care no more and say, you know what, I know you got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wives already, but I would like to be amongst them.
Right.
And just be called by your names.
So what that means is that it's utter chaos.
Right.
And what that also means that the Lord is reestablishing order, because that's the way it was meant to be.
Yep.
That's the way it was in the beginning stages, including in the Bible. And matter of fact, there was no time in the Bible where a man was only supposed to have one woman. That's not written anywhere.
Right.
All right, that's not it's not there. That's not doctrine.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, remember the 12 tribes of Israel came out of 4 different women.
That's right.
Right.
Right, and then the Apostle Paul, he gave some great advice, right? Matter of fact, he was like, man, hey, you rather be like me and don't have none at all. And talking about, because we are in this work right now. He wasn't talking about just a regular man, you know what I'm saying, in the world. No, to you bishops, you know what I'm saying, and so on and so forth, that's in this ministry, man, hey, you rather be like me and have none, but to not to burn, go ahead and get you one, you know what I'm saying?
Right, if you feel like you need to, release, especially you younger man, because I'm whatever, man. I ain't been there, did that. I'm good, and we so close to the kingdom.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then and then I also have that mentality, man, that when I look at a woman, all I can think about is all the different men that's been there before me. It's hard for me to turn it off, especially now that I've learned the things that I've learned, and so that part of me, the desire part is not high like that anymore. It's more the spiritual part for me, and I'm looking at you in a whole different way. I'm like, well, how many children you have? Okay, well, that's fine, but how many of them did they all have the same father? I mean, I'm looking at things completely different. And then it's like, well, wait a minute, how you 40-something years old and you ain't got no children?
Or man.
And you ain't never been married?
Trouble.
And see, and some of them that's a flex, but I'm like, wait a minute. Nobody, wait, you so you got all these degrees? You damn near 50 years old?
Vivica.
You're old man.
And you got all these degrees, you damn near 50 years old, you're a bad bitch, but ain't nobody married you?
Hey.
Right?
Hey.
You don't have no children, no man. Right? So what was it? Well, a man was like, you know what? Let me wrap up this bitch crazy.
Hey, Salaki, because another point to the Isaiah, it say to take away our reproach. So that means the men that they're gonna be going after is the prophets.
Yeah, that's why we gotta get that definition.
And what's gonna be, and something's gonna happen to where it's gonna be known who the prophets are broadly.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's gonna be shown.
That ain't for every man.
Right. That ain't for every man.
Get
That's
1673. You already know what I'm talking
That ain't
about.
seven women to take.
That definition.
Let me finish this. So this is going back to that. Phone kicked out. Okay. I'll say, let us all marry you. We will provide our own food.
That's right.
And clothing. Only let us take your name so we won't be mocked as old maids.
Now, if I may, people think old maid. What does old maid mean?
They think of the card game.
Exactly. Yes. And they will not think of what the real meaning of an old maid means. Because if you have to understand what the word maid meant in its entirety, a maid meant a woman who was a virgin, who was a servant under someone else. It's a whole bunch of different about the Bible. And they don't know, but just check it out. This is what it means. What does it mean if someone calls you an old maid? An old maid is a woman who's not married, especially one who's very old. When you hear someone described as an old maid, you'll know it's a comment on the fact that she has no husband. The term old maid is old-fashioned and fairly derogatory. In other words, it's not nice to call someone an old maid. That means as you, as from a young woman to be an old woman, no man was able to wife you. Meaning that you were, first of all, men will damn near wife damn near anything.
Right.
If you're wifeable. All right. Now the man, like the scriptures say, a woman will have every man, but a man will not have every woman. If every man reject you, there's something wrong with you.
You know, they're real big on that in Asia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, huge.
You know,
They call them the leftovers.
with Chinese women, Korean, Korean women, Thai women. It's a big deal to marry your daughters off. All right, try to give them away. All right, and so they don't want to. It's a shame to get of age of childbearing age, and then get into and go through your 20s and into your 30s and
No kids.
it's kind of shameful in that culture for the most part, except for the ones who've been westernized.
East Indians too.
Bring it out, brother. Barbecue show.
It say leftover woman off of Google.
Leftover woman.
Leftover women. The AI overview. It say leftover women or Xing Nu is a derogatory term used in China to describe educated professional women and their mid-educated and professional women in their mid-20s and 30s.
Put that in the group, man.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Shang Nu.
Shit new.
I gotta learn
I'm
that.
sorry.
I gotta say it right.
You should new. Shit new.
Shang Nu.
with me. Shit, no.
She threw.
She threw.
That's all y'all heard. She threw.
Go ahead, brother.
Alright, this say the term reflects societal pressure to marry young and the negative stigma associated with remaining single
Right.
beyond a certain age.
And look, if you can't see that whole, professional woman has destroyed society, that it has definitely destroyed the so-called black family, and now it's destroying every family for that matter. It's destroying the northern kingdom. It's destroying Esau's household now.
Everybody.
Right? Because what it does is it builds up this arrogancy and this pride, this queendom. Matter of fact, before we play some of this video, and you can see how the pride on this woman, in that damn, what's that nigga woman they always use for every movie? Was she a leader, a president, a queen? Viola Davis. Now she's in another movie where she's a president,
Right.
and she's an ex-soldier, and she kicking the shit out of all the terrorists, man. I mean, she going head up with all the terrorists, out shooting them, out fighting them, out.
Right.
So I'm Khabib.
She right. She's out. She doing sambo on them and shit. She breaking bones and shit.
Fucking up all the comms out and all.
Exactly, man.
And she is not attractive. She's fugly, man.
And then they got her husband. He a beta. She the female alpha. All right, but anyway, let's get that definition of queen barbecue shop.
Yeah, that bitch going
The
to the
definition
field.
of queen, it's actually Quean.
You hear that?
It's derived from.
So
That's the source.
it's from the source word of Quean. All right. As a matter of fact, I personally believe that they added the E to try to change and soften up to make it be something that is not. Because women run around using that terminology, not knowing that you really are calling yourself a what you're about to read. And so when you're calling yourself a queen, it's not a good thing.
You're a garden tool.
Right. And so when you look at this is a compound word. Doomsday queen.
Ooh.
So a lot of women are going to be forced to be queens.
Oh!
As the days get bad. If you understand that being the point. All right. Now go ahead and read that definition, brother.
It says a woman, a low-born woman from Old English queen. Woman, also female serf,
So it had nothing to do with royalty. Read.
hussy, or prostitute.
Now, that's what my mother used to call them girls used to
You're a
call
hussy.
when I was
That's
a
back in the day.
teenager.
Yeah,
I
hussy,
want that little hussy around my house.
helper,
Right.
come on,
And so I didn't know, I knew hussy but it had to be something bad. It was some old school shit.
Yeah.
Now I know.
I got the definition of
Bring it
hussy.
out, brother.
It says mistress of a household, housewife, deformed contraction of Middle English housewife. That's crazy.
Damn. So
Or
you
the
basically,
form housewife.
basically you were a concubine.
That's
Basically.
it. Basically.
You were the lesser. You were a concubine.
You're a sex toy.
The lesser wife.
Yeah, less than white.
Which meant the actual wife ordered your ass around, made you do shit, right? And then when she didn't feel like dealing with her husband, she sent your goof ass in there.
Come here, hussy.
That's it. Go
Please,
ahead. And
please,
make-
the king.
And make sure you get it right. So I don't want him reaching for me tonight.
I have
And
three
she would
something real
never say
quick.
that.
Bring it out, brother.
This to back up the reproach of women.
They won.
This Luke chapter 1 verse 24 and 25 in the NLT. It says soon afterward his wife Elizabeth became pregnant and went into seclusion for 5 months. It's the point. How kind the Lord is, she exclaimed. He has taken away my disgrace of having no children.
And it's like, I'm funny you said the word disgrace.
Take away our reproach.
It goes, disgrace goes straight into the word reproach, if I may.
Absolutely.
The word reproach in the etymon online is, because it said, unless we be a reproach in Isaiah, the 4th chapter. Reproach goes into a rebuke, blame, censured, directed against the person. Also, the object of scorn and contempt.
Right.
You
So the Lord
couldn't
is
get it
not
right.
looking. The Lord is not looking for perfect women. All right. The Lord, and because look, the Lord says that you know he promises that his servants would have hundredfold. All right. That's in the scriptures. So
We gotta break their spirit.
so a lot of men are not. I mean, look at today, man. A lot of men aren't really dealing with women like that.
Right.
Right. And some brothers just are stoic and they so turned off and hurt and crushed by the world and by being wronged by women that they actually try to be right by. And that's the craziest thing.
Yes.
That most brothers when they get done dirty is usually by someone that you really try to be right by.
Come on.
It's not like you were, you know, being an asshole.
Yeah,
Go
boy.
ahead, Reed.
It's funny. The ones you're an asshole to, you can't throw them away.
Right.
They're like
The
a
ones
boomerang.
but the ones you really try to, you know,
Love.
right, and then
Nurture.
and
Take care of.
and that old song, what is a thin line between love
Love
and
and
hate.
hate.
So there's a lot of women out here that to try to get past that disgrace, that reproach, and then the Lord's gonna send you to the men of the Lord, and guess what? A lot of you women, all right, your reproach is gonna be so bad. Those men of the Lord are gonna know everything about you. The Spirit is gonna guide them to whether they accept you or not. So a lot of you women are gonna get left out there, man.
Got to burn. Got to let them
Go ahead,
burn.
brother.
It's a little bit coming on. It says, now reproach, and it says, I put the first part of rebuke, blame, censure, object of scorn and contempt, as disgrace, a state of disgrace. From Anglo-French reprouse, which means blame, shame, disgrace, to blame, bring up against. It's basically saying, no, you're the reason why men don't fuck with women. You're the reason, you're ashamed, you're disgraced to be a woman. For a woman who doesn't want a man, a woman who doesn't want to be under the order of a man, a woman who doesn't raise a child with a mother and father together, everything that's a part of the original parental unit that the Most High sets up, if you decide to do anything different, which a man would say, I don't choose you, she became known as a disgrace, and she became a stigma upon her, and everybody's like, she's an old maid, and she was the one that usually ended up with 50 cats in her crib.
Yeah, and you know what? And it was Esau Edom. It was Esau Edom who set up that madness. Who set up these programs that destroyed the family unit in America. This man destroyed. First, he destroyed America in itself. He destroyed the water, the air, the food. Right? And then he destroyed the family unit, and not just for the Israelites, but for everybody. You got Arab women out here twerking and talking about going to the clubs, and the clubs are shutting down. They can't even pay the rent in the clubs and the bars anymore. All right, so it's all tumbling down. It's coming down pretty fast, man.
Yeah.
And so you know, it's look. Just all you do is you focus on serving the Lord, man. The Lord gonna send. I always tell you, brothers, man, that you're gonna get your wives from the comment boards. You know, you're gonna.
Where you at?
The Lord got your. Be patient, brother. Yeah. Be patient. Right? They're out there. Right? They're out there. Hey, many of them are watching right now.
Yes.
All right. And so, But you can't really make that your focus. And if they really into you, they gonna understand that.
Yeah.
All right, because what did Yahweh always say? The woman has to be after my mind.
Yeah.
All right. If she's not after my mind, I've heard Murph say something very similar.
That's right, brother.
He's like something where he said, I want her mind, her body, and her soul. If she was somebody else, then that means she ain't really mine.
And it goes to the scripture. It says, was it a woman? If you find a woman after your own heart,
And when your heart in the Bible is your mind. All right?
Yeah.
Okay, so your heart. So without any further ado, we're gonna play maybe about 4 or 5 minutes of this video of this very proud woman that was this Queen's Day prepper. She's very popular right now. She was featured on the Canadian prepper, and she's like one of the first female preppers he put on his channel. And then, like it says on the name of the video, it clearly says why millions of women are now prepping for the collapse. So that means a lot of women are aware. Yep. And I've been seeing little shorts and videos of even Keisha speaking about getting ready and things gonna go bad.
Having dreams.
And then I've heard some of the sisters who actually believe, the very few of them out there, also saying things about about trying to get right and how they want a man of the Lord, and they know that their salvation is through the Lord, but they're so few, very few, for the collective. But anyway, without any further ado.
We always believed that there could be another world war that would end up having us back on ration cards, lining up. And as we've gone through time, we're noticing more and more all these events happening, and they're stacking and stacking. Before nukes go off, I really believe that people will start shutting down grids. Why would you want to risk losing any more men? A lot of women don't realize that they're natural preppers as it is. They're 5 steps ahead. It's just trying to open up their minds.
Stop it right there.
Nope.
Oh,
She just said that women are 5 steps ahead.
Lies.
That's not really true, because some of the last people to gravitate to this truth were women. As a matter of fact, most women, including some of the women that believe, they started off scoffing. Some of them. I won't say all of them.
Like my pastor, are men.
But exactly.
If they
As
really
a matter of
believe.
fact, what she just said is contrary to the scripture. It said the woman is clamorous. Somebody get it, and she know of nothing.
Proverbs.
All right, get that real quick, and then we'll continue.
This is Proverbs 9.
I couldn't let her ride with saying that. So basically, because by her saying that, she's saying that they're 5 steps ahead. What she's saying is men are not. Right. And your whole society and your ability to prep is all because of a man.
Exactly.
Not because of women. Right. All right, but go ahead.
This Proverbs 9 and 13. A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and know of nothing.
Yeah, and there it is, man. That's why the Lord didn't set the woman up to be in a leadership position. And so this woman has established herself as a leader, and she's got clearly, who knows how many thousands of women are following her now.
And that word clamorous. Clamorous means making a loud and confused noise. Loud and confused.
Her too.
And now you're telling somebody what to do.
And she's saying, don't she got a husband? And her husband a prepper too?
I think she's saying. Let it. That's the thing. But let it play.
He is going to come protect your kids. If everything collapses, that is on you. These once-in-a-lifetime moments are happening so rapidly that people don't even realize, that's not good. When something actually happens, I think 90% of the population will have no idea it's about to occur. Media is very biased, and it is very planned. It's all civil unrest inside North America. Well, every other country is talking about preparedness on some level if there was a true SHTF. It would be very quick.
World War III is already happening.
If I may, she just made a point on other countries are prepping just in case of World War III, and in Europe they're telling people to get 3 or 4 months worth of this and that. Russia, they're telling we got bunkers, and
they were told to gather up and prepare to fight the Russians. I'm like, well, how? Europeans, you dummies, you disarmed. You disarmed your population.
Yeah, got no weapons.
What they gonna do? What they gonna use against the Russians? They'll use harsh verbiage.
Yeah.
Break your bones. You pieces of shit.
You cannot cut. Thou shalt not pass. but the funny thing is,
as you get butt stroked and nicked.
Exactly.
But
at least the narrative. Right, but at least the narrative in the nations are at least telling their people to prepare. Over here in America, they're telling you we cool. There's no preparing for no nuclear war, World War III, or anything. Every one of these other
In
countries
fact,
are
people
doing it.
who've been prepping all along, you got people who've been prepping for the last 15, 16, 17 years, some even longer than that.
Easily.
All right, and those people got scoffed. All right, but and especially the ones who become popular and celebrities kind of from doing it.
Right.
You just like they had that one prepper family that built like the castle on the hill, and you know, and it's like everybody that did the shoot knows where you are. They know where your trap doors are and the secret ways in. They know. So when shit hit the fan, where you think they going to? And he right, the dude had all them daughters. They were. Yeah, them attractive daughters too. Yeah, so it's like
easy pigeons.
So right, so that means it's booty in there. Where do you think the word booty comes from?
That's right.
When the pirate, you know, when the treasure, right? Part of the booty was when the soldiers got paid. Part of the booty was the women too. When the king he allowed his army, his conquering army, you know, the Lord allowed it. This time we can give some examples in the Bible. There was examples in the Bible when the Lord would tell you, kill all them bitches.
Kill everything.
And then there was times when the Lord would say, take from among them. You see a woman that you desire.
It's lawful.
It's lawful. So it really depends, you know, on how the Lord calls it.
This is the definition of booty. Plunder taken from an enemy in war.
Message.
I mean, we can start right there. Because that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Plunder taken from an enemy in war. Now, here's the thing with Esau Edom, he was taking shit from people he wasn't even in war with. He's just you know, right. He came over, they shaking hands. Next thing you know, he stabbed you in the back, take your
back,
right,
and took your daughter, your wife, your family, the whole house,
yeah.
your name, your heritage, your character.
You're right. Your land and all the gold and the silver that's in the ground, and they're right. Every damn thing else.
Hey.
It's like, oh wow, this guy's got I see he's got olive trees. He's got cherries. He's got
Hey,
you know,
I got that
I
law.
thought we were
exactly. It's like he gave him a drink.
You got the law.
Bring it out, brother.
Okay, go ahead.
This Deuteronomy 21:10. Did it call?
No, say that one for last. Give the example when the Lord said no. Put him to
Okay,
death.
come.
It's Numbers 31:17. Now therefore kill every male among the little ones, and kill every woman that have known man by lying with.
That's right.
Wow. So
Read the
a
verse.
woman that was not that's known a man, where a man has been inside of her, she gets a sword.
See ya.
She's not the type of sword that she likes.
That's right.
All right. Go ahead.
Verse 18. But all the women children that have not known a man by lying with them.
So that would be mostly the young women.
That's right.
You know, but they got a problem with that too. All right. But this is the Lord that gave this order.
It's in the scripture.
It's in the scriptures. But you know, these Christians and these Hebrews are ashamed of what's written in the scriptures.
That's right.
Often we see that. Go
In
ahead.
fact, I'm gonna read that in verse 18 in NLT. It said only the young.
And that's Deuteronomy. I mean,
Numbers 31:18.
Numbers 31 and 18.
I'm gonna read the verse 18 in NLT. It said, only the young girls who are virgins may live, ye may keep them for yourselves.
Wow.
And that's the
Made
Lord.
it very plain.
Thus saith the Lord. Thus, and then it say, oh, unless you don't have a wife. And then say that. See, that's Esau, Edom, and these so-called Christians.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It said kill every male among the little ones, man.
That's his
So
line.
that means anybody who pisses upside the wall, man. If they stand up and piss, the Lord said put a sword to their ass. You don't get to grow up.
That's written.
All right.
And that woman, she
And
already.
if you're already grown, you get extinguished because your seed stops here. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So your wife, she goes with you.
That's it.
All right. But your daughters, it ain't been touched.
Oh.
They get given to the men of the Lord. They get given to the armies. They're part of the booty.
Hi, bacon.
They carry on the conquering armies.
Lineage.
Lineage.
This is Deuteronomy 21:10. Now this is a message when in the heading is domestic relations. It said, when thou goest forth to war against thine enemies, and Yahweh thy power has delivered them into thy hand, and thou hast taken them captive, and seeth among the captive a beautiful woman,
That's right.
and has a desire unto her.
See, now, according to these other camps, you can't deal with these other heathens. The Lord says
This
you
cuss
can.
this right this.
The
This
Lord
cuss
said
it
right
right
there.
So
there.
that goes to
Yeah,
show
right
you
here.
that they're wrong and we were right. Continue.
It says that thou wouldest have her to wife, Hey, even Deborah saying what she say, have a damsel or two. All right. She said, then thou shalt bring her home to thine house, and she shall shave her head and par her nails, pare her nails. All right, and she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her.
So if you if you grab the Chinese woman, I say we had a war with Moab, and we took her home, and she's a virgin. You take her, cut all her hair off. You pare her nails, cut her nails off, and then you put her up and away for a month to mourn her father, her kingdom, her peoples, and then
it says, it's like it, and shall remain in thy house, and bewail her father and her mother a full month, and after that thou shalt go unto her and be her husband, and she shall be thy wife.
And this is the law. This is the scripture. This is what the Most High said.
They hid it.
Right. And
it's also what we started off was prove that sex is marriage.
Right.
Yeah, and it circles right back around. So it's interconnected.
Where's the ceremony in any of that?
Exactly.
There wasn't no asking to be my woman there.
He didn't get on his knees or nothing. Right? Matter of fact, he just put her brother to death. He just put her father to death. The boys that she knew as a child that she grew up with.
Right.
She might have liked or whatever.
Exactly. One that she was probably betrothed to.
The ceremony was the war.
They all just got put to the sword. And now this dude who put them to the sword, I'm in his house, bucket naked, all right, about to get it. And now he giving it to you.
And now she loving me.
Right.
My king. No, because when you read the scripture, when you keep reading, it say take off the clothing of her captivity. So you don't treat her like just a regular slave. You put some clothes, you get her together. All right.
You make her one of you.
You make her one of yours. You treat her like she's one of yours.
So she has to be covered now.
Right. Plus we Israel.
Right.
We the salt of the earth. She ain't gonna have a choice but to fall in love with the salt.
Yeah, exactly.
We got the drip.
She like, man, y'all food tastes better.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The rhythm. Then when you put that rhythm on them,
right. See, I never heard my mother moan like that.
Right.
Hey, that Leviticus 18 goes into it. It's like we're a covered people. That's how they was able to point us out. That's how the Hamites, the Canaanites, and everything.
That's how you identify us among the heathen too.
Exactly. Right. Because we always clothed.
You can't fake Jake.
Right.
You can't fake it, man.
It's impossible.
So we have a swagger about ourselves. We have a spirit that you cannot hide, man. So even when you come in the confused package, it's like, damn, this dude got too much salt. This chick got too much salt. But go ahead. Some more.
It said, and it shall be, if thou have no delight in her, then thou shalt let her go whither she will, but thou shalt sell her at all for money.
Thou shalt not.
Thou shalt not sell her at all for money. Thou shalt not make merchandise of her because thou hast humbled her.
Yeah.
So she's a plaything. And when you get done with, if you could get a heathen woman, you tired of, you don't want nothing to do with her, you can really just send about her way.
But
ain't no bondage.
You can't sell her.
You can't sell her. You just gotta let her go.
Right. It's like, okay, you can leave now.
I'm done with you.
I have my fun.
Right.
Right. But if she pleases you,
you can keep her
you
around.
You know what? You gonna.
I like what you do with that thing.
Right. If she pleases you, you like her. You know, if she fits in with your other wives, you know, she becomes another sister wife. All right, that's simple as that. But let it play some more.
The process of collapsing right now.
You're going to see an economic crash the likes of which we've never seen.
Morpheus.
Hi folks, Canadian Prepper here. Today I have a very special guest. Charmingly Frugal, aka the Doomsday Queen. I've been waiting to get another fellow female prepper on the channel. It's been a while. I've been bringing on these crusty old dudes talking about the end of the world. And I figured we got to change it up a little bit. And what better way to do that than an upcoming YouTube superstar, the Doomsday Queen. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Just say
And for the record, I believe that the Canadian prepper is a tear.
Oh.
All right, just me. I don't think this dude is Jake at all, man.
There's no mustache.
He has no salt. You know, I've seen him out and about. When you see the way he deal. I don't.
Before I seen his face, I heard him talk because I don't really watch him. I thought he was an Edomite.
So I don't think this dude is Jake at all. I think this dude is an Edomite. He's one of them caramel colored melanated Edomites.
Where's his mustache?
Where's his anything?
His
How he said the beard
his
was
mother is Jake, you know, but his daddy is a heathen. But anyway, go ahead, bro.
Amish looking nigga.
Talking beforehand, I was binge watching 1923 last night. I don't know why I turned it on. I don't watch a lot of TV, but for some reason that show hooked me. I like shows about the Old West.
And
because
stop
they
right there.
simulate-
1923 is basically the colonizers and the land grabs.
Yeah.
It started with 1883, and then it shows you all the land that family got, and then it went to 1923, and then they passed it on, and it became Yellowstone.
Right.
So it just goes to show you how all the way up to today, generations later, that they're sitting on
Generational wealth.
that doesn't belong to them, generational wealth on stolen land, and he likes that kind of thing.
And
So
What kind of shit is
I
that?
think we can, you know.
Say
I think I can safely say I do believe this dude's an Edomite. But anyway,
you see the checkered wall? That's
Yeah.
that's Masonic.
Yeah, that's what. Yep, that is sure is.
Apocalypse, what it actually would be. And you were telling me that you were binge watching the same show last night.
Yes, I was. It's a really good show though, because it does bring back a lot of the old time methods and how we've developed through the years.
So we woke up today and we realized that the market was crashing. Just to put it in perspective for people, this video might not be released until next week, so you have a little bit of context of where we are at today. The markets are crashing. I think oil's down like 7%, the NASDAQ.
down.
And then right after, and it's funny that literally the next day, from the time that Trump was bragging in the Oval Office,
Shit was going to hell.
well, he had I think Benjamin Netanyahu was there, J.D. Vance was there. I don't remember if Elon Musk, weird looking ass, was there, but he was bragging about how 75 countries have now run to join up. He was talking all that shit, how they're trying to join him, and how he's the only one that had the balls. I had the balls.
Yeah,
I had the balls to do it.
Cry like a mother.
I just got the Oscar. All right. But he was saying that, you know, bragging and talking all that shit, and then the markets crashed and went crazy.
Yes.
The trillions were lost right after he
almost
he
7
talked
trillion.
all that shit.
So you know you fucked
All right. So I had to say that.
That's right.
Because he mentioned how to. Go ahead, brother.
And 7 trillion is not no low number.
You still got dumbass Americans who still believe, it's hard with going through it, but Trump's gonna pull us through. He's the only one that, he did. He's the only one that had the balls. And son Kazoan sent me a video of Barack saying it, but Barack didn't have the balls. He didn't have the balls. He didn't have the balls to do it. Trump did. All right.
And it's
But like Benji always said, he survived a stone cold stunner. So.
And he fucked the Chinese economy, like with them tariffs, and then with
But they reversed it on him, and it hit us worse.
But at the same token, with the tariffs of China, 100 and some %, the factories are gone. Now they saying, you can't see a lot of American products over there. Yeah, that may be the case, but the case is a lot of important items that American use is made in China
And Taiwan.
and Taiwan.
Which they're losing.
So if they shutting down because it's too costly to keep running a business, that means who's it really going to impact? It's going to impact the United States. It's going to impact the whole country. So you shooting yourself in the foot.
Both feet.
You both feet.
It was a reverse Uno card on this.
Right.
Reverse.
So and so like,
draw 4, motherfucker. You know how mad you be when that happens.
And what's happening also is what show you that they going towards the MOTB is because what's happening now in China, Russia, and all these places, they purposely is devaluing their currency.
Well, you missing something. China's digital now.
Oh yeah. China's
and it's backed
digital,
by, and they got a gold-based digital currency now. Gold-backed digital currency. So that's how we know when look, a couple weeks ago when we said that at the Passover said they plan on going digital by June. They have no choice. And so
Yeah,
I'm
it's
hoping
over
it's so
with.
for that particular reason. It will be the most poetic justice for because we can see it come. We know it's coming.
IUIC.
And IUIC quiet on you know. I guess they still running their mouths. I don't know what's going on.
Still
with
running
them.
from
I
the
don't pay no
Kingdonites.
attention to them, but I really don't pay. If it weren't for the brothers who the Lord put spirit on certain brothers to tune into them so that they can debunk. And, you know, and correct their bullshit.
Right.
I don't have that spirit. I don't. It's not. I'm not one of those brothers. I'm too busy doing what I do, trying to, you know, right. I'm doing an edified lesson, bringing out scriptures, or I'm going into some history to expose, you know, Amalek and Esau and tying it up to modern day prophecy.
Some real
That sort of
edification.
thing.
Real
Right.
edification.
Well, I don't have time, but
No, I'm talking
but
about other than IUIC, which
yeah,
ain't doing
but
nothing.
I'm just saying that certain brothers have, you know, that spirit
That
to
pit bull just gonna
you
lock
know,
in on you.
they have that spirit to monitor
Well, they be
and
on
sit
they
there and
ass,
stomach it. I can't even listen to them guys, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I just want to, you know, smack them, not like this, but like this. You know, it's like
back of my hand.
shut up.
Well, it's with the ministry, all things are being covered. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Through the spirit and power. of
We're
YAHAWASHI.
one body, so every
So
so the body has different functions, and I know that it's not really my, you know, they really have to piss me off for me to you know,
Yeah.
to really like go in on them like that.
But in June, if it drop, you gonna be.
It's gonna be beautiful.
It's June!
Hey, what Bruce Willis say? And I'm gonna dance the jig. If that motherfucker
And he danced the jig too,
Yeah.
barefoot in glass.
You want some more of this, right?
Yeah, a little bit more, brother.
$2.5 trillion has been wiped off the face of the earth. And so who knows where we're going to be when this video actually releases. I just thought I'd put that out there. So if, you know, the world has ended by then, or maybe the markets rally once again, just so you guys know, what are your thoughts on all that? Like, are you...
So I think with it, a lot of people start putting their money into intangible objects. And now they're watching that disappear because once again, a stock is just a stock. It's completely invisible. And I'm more into tangible, so I like to buy property.
Okay, so property is foolish because that's all. The market's going up down. It's turned upside down. Tangible means something that look. Gerald Salente tells you if you have gold and silver, if you're not holding it, you don't own it. If you just got documents to say you have it,
you ain't got shit.
Yeah, right. Because it's just like believing that it's gold in Fort Knox, that you're gonna be able to go there and pick your gold up.
And then it ain't even gonna mean nothing.
And then all that digital shit that they didn't dupe people and fool people into that, and now that's all. Look, China has a digital currency that half of the world is going to be using, and and it's signing on board with it already. Okay, and all them different Arab and African nations and European nations is gonna be soon joining unto them, man. All right, and they have a gold-backed currency. Then you got these people who locked in on Bitcoin and shit like that, and that's just the same as fiat currency. Yep. It's not real. It's not something you could touch, or it's not tangible. Right?
Change it.
As a matter of fact, gold and silver is real money, and silver is a poor man's gold. And as a matter of fact, they completely compressed and hold silver down because silver is worth way a lot more than what they say. And gold right now is over $3,200, man. I think silver's up around $35 now.
And that's not been
because it stayed in the high 20s. Now it's up over 35. I can foresee by June or July, silver probably gonna be close to $100, man, an ounce. Yes. And when it gets there, even before once it gets to 50, it's that the dollar is completely. It's over for this place, man. It's over for this place. So you look at the face she's making when I said that. It's perfect. All right. This place is done. And if you don't own it, right? Let me just put that face, man. Right. Come on, that face she making, man. All right. When this place is done, and if you're not holding it, you don't own it. As simple as that, man. That's like saying, I got guns and bullets, all right? When you don't have guns and bullets, all right?
It's on the way.
So
it's coming.
Right.
Trust me.
So as the guys are kicking
Don't come.
Right. You shouldn't come here.
I'll shoot you.
We'll definitely have the guns and bullets.
And being emailed right as we speak.
Right. So, bro, the Amazon dude gonna pull up and drop a message.
Message.
And he's okay. You gonna come now? I'm ready for you now.
I'm ready.
It ain't gonna happen like that, man. If you don't have the shit, you don't have the shit.
Nah, man.
All right.
Yeah, people stupid, man.
So people really are stupid, man.
And then
Bring
even
it out, beloved.
This second Ezra 15 and 18, because prophecy what matters, right? It say, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
Yeah, men shall be afraid. So how you think she gonna be? You know? And like I said, in the way she speaks, it sounds, you know, just from the conversation, I don't really think she has a man. But go ahead and play it, brother. Because
I know I
she's
can
really
feel that
speaking
at
to
any point and
single
still have the
women.
cash when I retire. And it's really sad to see everyone's 401ks, everything is plummeting, and they don't really have a contingency for what's about to happen.
Ooh, pause it again. It's hard to not. It's because she says so much. I know a lot of people, friends of mine, classmates, friends that I came up with, who did well for themselves on the side. You know? And they had, 401ks of big money. Their shit is disappearing, and they're afraid. Some of them were retiring or just fresh retiring, and now they shit is threatened. Hell, when I was in court, filing my case against the crooked system, a joke was cracked about Trump and the removing of the federal employees, and then they all got quiet. And the girl's like, "That's
That
not
ain't funny."
funny."
I knew it was.
And I was like, "Damn." She was like, "Damn," because we really are panicking back here over that shit.
I knew you was gonna say that.
And then all of a sudden, guess what? 16,000 people just like her
Lost their shit.
just a couple days ago.
good.
So she may not even be there.
Right.
Because I got to go back again because, Esau and that bullshit. So I got to go back. It's like, damn, why I would have to not come in this damn place? But nevertheless, things is not working out for people who depended on the system and non-tangible wealth. All right? And the Bible breaks it down what wealth is. It tells you that Abram was rich in silver and gold. Matter of fact, it put silver first.
Yep.
It said silver before gold because silver was the thing that you dealt with most commonly. Gold was, extra special.
Held on, that was like your
it was
savings
extra
account.
special,
Savings
and
account.
but silver was, rich men dealt with silver.
Hey, Rome had silver as they fucking coins.
Yeah, man. Even they just want gold was held on to, and gold was usually made into jewelry and furniture and things of that nature. I mean, it was wealth, but it wasn't that what you traded back.
It was a flammable wealth for you.
Right. It
You
wasn't
held it.
something that you just traded back and forth as you did silver. Silver was common to and I'm just thinking of a couple different movies off the top of my head where silver was being used. Somebody get that in Genesis when Abram was rich.
Right.
I think it's in
Cattle and
30, yeah, and then there's one one that talks about he's rich in cattle as well.
And like you said, that's what it was because, like I said, silver was even like I said, the Roman thing. Silver was what they coined, they denarii or whatever was that. And then when they started fucking making it like 30%.
They started doing other things. So then they would pay them. That's what they gave the soldiers, the booty.
Right.
So you have all these men fighting for you. You say,
You
well,
gotta give them something.
You get to keep the women, or sometimes they even paid them with salt and meat. Because so they got salt and meat,
spices too.
Spices. They would pay them with things like that because that stuff had value.
Right. Salt is hard. Salt is a hell of a process to get.
They had salt mines where they sent people to be slaves.
That's right.
As a matter of fact, when John the Revelator was put on the island of Patmos, it was salt mines on that island. All right. In that movie, in that story, one of the best series I've ever seen was about the wickedness of Rome. Was Spartacus. If you've never seen it, I highly suggest that you watch it. But when Quixus was going after his wife to go save his wife, and she was his wife because he went on into her and no one had ever touched her.
Oh wow!
That's why the bitch got mad and sold her because she was in love with her slave Quixus. It was mad that Quixus was giving it to
the lion's share.
Right, exactly. Because he was forced to sleep with his master, but he was in love with the slave girl.
Right.
And when she found out you know, she sold her. All right, but nevertheless, and she sent her to salt mines.
Wow.
All right.
A terrible place.
So he went and got her out of there. But the point being, though, is, man, that, you know, there was a lot of silver being bartered and different things. All right, but you got that scripture about the shop.
This is Genesis 13. I'm gonna start at 1 with the point in 2. And Abram went up out of Egypt, he and his wife, and all that he had, and Lot with him.
Abram the Hebrew, by the way. He's not Abram the Jewish.
Right.
All right. He wasn't. Abram wasn't Jewish. Abram, and his name hadn't been changed to Abraham yet. He's referred to as Abram the Hebrew.
That's right. And Jewish goes back to Jew, which goes back to Yahawah, which is one tribe, Judah, which is not every single tribe.
Exactly.
And Lot with him into the south. And Abram was very rich in cattle, in silver, and in gold.
Notice it said silver first.
Yeah.
All right.
And silver and gold is a hell of a. It's a process to get that shit. So to have it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's right, and then so it's tangible wealth.
You gotta dig
for
that shit.
When you watch the Vikings, who are not white, by the way, as much as you know Esau, you were the wild man. Client. What they try to do, because I'm gonna do a lesson on it, can't wait. But they try, they take the wild man history and they intermix it with the Viking history, and they really trying to replace their wild man history and say that they were the Vikings. No,
when they was in the cave,
right? You're right. They were in the cave running around. As a matter of fact, when you watch the movie Northman, and you see him and his son get down and start howling and running around on all fours, and they're in the cave and they got naked. That was their real history. No, they show you that, and then they came and killed his father. All right, and then he became a slave, and all this, and he started spoiling and shit like that, because being a Viking was a way of life. They basically just went out and stole shit.
Right.
All right, took other people. They let they let you build up your shit, and then they came in and took it, and they always came looking for your silver. Where's the silver at? That's what they were looking for. Where did you hide the silver?
Right.
It's funny you say that, because it makes me think of Job 30:7. It says, among the bushes they braid, and the nettles they were gathered together.
Those were the wild men.
Yes, and when you say they braid, that's like animals.
Like donkeys.
The word braid means to bray or cry out, to bray, to scream hungrily. But those were used mostly of an animal. And then that's like Esau eating with brain. He said they were brain, eating juniper roots and so forth. They were in. He said we would not.
Which is why I don't like gin.
Kind.
I don't fuck with gin. And gin, one of the main ingredients in gin is juniper root.
Right.
That's why I don't like that shit.
It's funny you
got
say
a weird taste and a weird smell.
You got it depends on the gin.
Yeah, whatever, man. That juniper roots, that shit sucks.
But yeah, like you said, that old Geico commercial.
Bombay is good.
That old
Tangerade.
Geico commercial.
Yeah.
So simple a caveman could do it.
Right, see, that's perfect that you said that. Just let me go up a little bit. This is Job 30, and I would say, Slack it, Shemai. It says, verse 4, who cut up mallows by the brushes, and juniper roots for their meat. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as a thief, to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in caves in the earth and in the rocks. So easy a caveman can do it. Esau does not hide his roots as being a caveman.
Look at Mount Seir.
And this is all
Tourist
the
attraction.
scriptures. They're from the caves. They're brave. They fuck with the juniper roots.
He was using the skulls for bows and shit.
That was Khazars. But anyway.
They still do that shit.
Get some more of that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want to play a little bit more. Because they're at 69,914 views.
Yes.
And he's got,
a million.
He's got
1.3 subscribers.
Yeah, man.
So
a lot of people are watching this, and then there are other people like him as well.
Right.
You got you got other people that are, but he's the Canadian prepper. You got the one guy in New York. You got the urban preppers, the American preppers.
He might have made some enemies too, because he said some kind of disrespectful shit. The old crusty men. So them old crusty men you talking about might come and see you.
Oh, trust me.
Yeah, because he said we gotta do something new instead of having a bunch of old crusty men. on here, but nigga,
Yeah, somebody's feeling some kind of way.
they might be feeling some type
It's
of
like,
way.
well, hold on, man. I was just
You
on
we
there.
were just
Oh,
over
exactly.
there last week.
I
I'm
was one of the
old
old
crusty
crusty
now
men, huh?
because you want this big mouth
Big,
Edomite.
yeah, I
You know
know
what
what you
I'm saying?
want. Hey, she got too much lips for you, boy.
Assets, if you can even call them
You do
that,
it.
artificial assets that are really grid dependent, right? And one thing I've liked about your channel is that you're coming at prepping from a person who, you know, has maybe grew up on a homestead, and in my opinion, these people are already the ultimate preppers, right? Like farmers are the ultimate preppers for the most part. Then you have another kind of group of person who's maybe grew up in the city and they're getting interested in prepping, and both kind of converge, you know, right here. And how we met, of course, was I did a reaction video to you talking about ReadyWise or something like that. It was a big fiasco because everybody thought I was throwing shade on you, and that wasn't the case at all. In fact, as I just stated, like you are coming at this from having the real deal homesteading experience. So you have what every prepper ultimately wants to get to. You changed your name from Charmingly Frugal to Doomsday Queen. What was the reason for that?
So originally when I came up with Doomsday Queen, it was based off pretty much the same video that you had made commentary. Is the New York Post had ran an article saying I was the Queen of Doomsday. So I just opened up the channel. I never posted anything. I was just like, oh, I'm just gonna coin it.
You got mentioned in the New York Post as the Queen of Doomsday on the basis of what? Like your Charmingly Frugal TikTok?
Pretty much. And I was like, oh, well, this is interesting. Like I never did an interview with them, but it was all about Doomsday and all of this. So I was like, I just opened it and I never posted on the account. And when doing so many things frugally, you have to accept the fact that there is going to be things
Pause it
being
right there, and we're probably that's pretty much enough because she getting recognition, so she getting puffed up too.
Yes.
But the New York Times
Yes.
saw her channel because she said she wasn't even using the channel. She just put it and that caught their attention and used it. And New York Times caught it. Right. Because what they're doing, because Esau does not let what's the term they use? Never let a good calamity go to waste.
Right.
So by promoting her, they're able to because now not only that, but they're now able to make money selling all the kits. Because almost, now all you see is when you watching videos, prepping videos. All of a sudden, because you go back, movies too, but when you go back about 10 years ago, it was rare that you saw a video about water, about filters and MREs and generators and things. Now that shit, it's just bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
So they use her to actually help promote that, right? But not once, like I said, I didn't watch the whole thing. Still haven't watched the whole thing.
Increase in bunker sales in the last.
I never heard her say anything about a man or having a man, or she's not wearing a ring. I was trying to look at her hand when she was moving her hands, so she's more than likely she's not married according to Esau's law,
Elder.
and she's giving these people a false sense of hope, especially these women. All right.
You remember how we had done the a couple years back? We had done the increase in bunker sales.
Yes.
How we had done a video. So I just asked AI, and I said and it says AI overview. In the last few years, there's been a significant increase in sales of bunkers and fallout shelters, fueled by anxieties about various global threats, including nuclear war, civil unrest, and pandemics. While sales have surged, experts warn that the bunkers may not provide the protection needed during a nuclear attack and can create a false sense of security. It says bunker sales have seen a dramatic rise, with some companies reporting over 1,000% increase in sales since before the pandemic.
Damn.
So this was before 2019. So this was 2019, 2018.
Damn.
Oh, damn.
So they were making hands over fists because when we did that story, I think we were still on Van Buren.
Yeah, we were.
And that was quite some time ago. Shit. And back then it said that that's how when Obama got in, everybody was panicking
For 200%. Remember they?
It was 300% for millionaires, 700% increase for billionaires.
Damn, and ain't a lot of them, so that damn near
All right.
all of them been doing.
So that means damn near every billionaire has, a
secret
fallout
base.
shelter. They have these sick ass, luxury bunkers. They even got these luxury yachts that they can actually dive. It's like these submarine yachts, gigantic. And so they're yachts that are ginormous, like a ship.
Yeah,
Look it up. They got these yachts that are so big,
that shit crazy.
they're like subs. So that thing is, well, we gonna jump on this boat, go way the fuck offshore, and
'Cause
dive.
they think they cool on
And
the
then we
sea,
gonna come
yeah.
back up after when the coast is clear. No, the Lord gonna send Leviathan to see their ass.
It says the market.
Yeah, they gonna be diving in the dark. Niggas just gonna see a big ass eyeballs half the size of their ship open up and go past the ship. Go exactly.
That's gonna be
It
hilarious.
says the market for
Yummy.
U.S. bomb and fallout shelters is projected to grow from 137 million to 175 million by 2038, which we're already 5 years from that?
Yeah.
All
So-
right.
Hey,
2028.
No, it's 2030.
Oh, okay.
So basically, we're at 2020.
Oh yeah,
2025.
and yeah, exactly. So they moving fast with this thing, man. They're not playing around.
And not too long ago, Mr. Beast, he did a special on if anybody know who Mr. Beast is.
Yep.
I mean, this dude is like basically the famousest YouTuber out there. He did a whole special on bunkers and going into the different prices of bunkers. And he was basically advertising the shit. He was advertising it.
Well,
So
even
if
all
he-
these preppers,
they
they
all
tell
get-
you they all
yeah.
tell you the MRE, like they're like, don't wait on the government. So take our link. Like the government doesn't know that your link leads to the very same website that you're saying is
But-
gonna combat them.
Well, most of the bunkers that they're selling is
Go and make
unmanned.
Shakti, a monitor.
It's most of those bunkers that they're buying are military silos. Or
Old
military
military silos.
or old military
Yeah.
bases that's decommissioned
They took a lot of missile silos and
made them into bunkers.
and made
yeah.
them like 7-story deep
Bunkers.
bunkers, like apartments stacked on top of each other
So-
for the rich and famous. A lot, and if you're in America,
Earth
you know,
gonna shake. That shit
You ain't
yeah,
getting around none of it.
that's gonna be your tune.
It's gonna collapse on
No
you.
Edomites in America are making it out of here, man.
Right, because the nukes that they got now, the nukes that they got now are far stronger than Fat Man and the other one they dropped
And
on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Hey,
and
they
a lot
gon'
more of them going to drop and overturn itself. I mean, as far as they're hitting the same area, they're hitting the same area.
right. So you
go pound it in
nigga,
the
your
power.
shit gonna get sealed shut. And what you gonna do?
Slut,
You
gonna
can't
be sealed slut.
Right,
You gonna be
you
a
gonna
sealed
see-
slut.
Right, you know what I mean? A
Yeah, I
sealed
think you
slut.
meant shut, but we get
Right, you know.
You might
Go
be a
ahead,
seal
go ahead and bring out your scripture, brother. We're gonna get a rap in a minute.
This Jeremiah 16:16. I don't give a fuck what they got. Check this out. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith Yahweh, and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. I don't give a fuck where they going, bro. Hey, the men of the Lord is gonna get their ass, man. The elect.
The Lord
Yeah.
the Lord know where you at. Like
Yeah,
you
God
ain't
know.
gonna, you
That's
at
it.
for
And
one.
Here's
As
Johnny.
a matter of fact, get the one about
Though they dig
how
into
when
hell.
though they dig in the hell and that one and the one
Raise
with
the
Leviathan.
serpent.
I said the
Leviathan.
serpent. Yeah,
He's
yeah,
gonna send
yeah.
Leviathan. So the ones that's gonna flee to the sea, because they got them underground bases. You know, like those
They show you in
those underwater stations.
Right.
You remember what was that movie with Jason Statham with the big shark?
Yeah, Megadon.
Yeah, they had that right. That they got those stations underwater, man.
Yeah,
So the Lord's gonna come get you, man. You ain't no hiding from this.
Hey, Verizon had that commercial when they were talking about them combating the outages, how they were showing those trucks going underground into those underground cities. So Verizon been telling you, man, that they have other fucking underground routes.
Hey man,
Yeah, you can drive across America underground now.
Get it out, Rick.
and like you said, the shit is so large underneath there that you can turn 18 wheelers around in.
Yeah, they even said that at Disney World in Florida, they got a whole underground city under Disney World because that's where all the people that work there live.
Comes in, right?
You know, and then when you go down there, when you go down underneath there, you know, they got this is hot. Yeah, when you go down underneath there, they got like all the stores, place where they go shop and eat and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Go ahead and get those last couple scriptures and we'll.
And that's not too far fetched, man. Shoot,
Yeah,
here
we're
in
not
Chicago, they got an underground thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
going
go
all the way back
underground.
going all the way back down.
Yeah, the whole
Al
down,
Capone.
the whole
Yeah.
downtown area.
Yeah.
Has underground walkways.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, you got architects that come from all over the world to marvel at the structure of the downtown, of the loop area and
Yep.
all the underground tunnels and how they built a city under the city.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like you say, you can go down there you can get off the blue line, which is underground, and walk in the city hall, and then walk into the Thompson Center.
All the way over to damn near to the lakefront.
Yep.
Underground.
Exactly. And they closed off some of them because they went down because when you 3 stories down Lower Wacker Drive, under that part of the downtown area, it actually went down deeper.
Yep.
Because back in the the early teens and the 20s and 30s, the gangsters was doing shit down, making people disappear in them tunnels and shit. So they shut a lot of it off because it went even deeper.
You got YouTubers that's going into them. This shit bugged out. This whole city's they showing motherfuckers blood stains dragged into the room.
Underground train tunnels is not used no more. There's 4 or 5 stories underground, man.
Yeah, Capone used to be in Chicago and come up in Cicero.
That shit crazy.
God damn.
Yeah, as a matter of fact,
and they were plugged in.
I don't say his name, but one of my homies was a sheriff. He's actually about to retire. It's correct, brother. He used to moonlight sometimes at the mall, and one time I was there with him and just shooting shit with him. And he showed me one of the doors and went down to them tunnels that under the mall in Cicero.
Wow.
And he said that they let out near the airport.
God
damn.
Yeah, so
that's a nice little walk. That's a nice tunnel.
Like an ant colony. It was like an ant
colony.
Yeah, so but to think of none of it's gonna matter because you're not gonna be able to tell where Indiana started and Illinois began.
Cause it's gonna get pounded with them
by the time it's all over, man.
Yep.
All right, you got them last couple scriptures about that.
This Amos 9. I'm gonna start it too. Though they dig into hell, then shall my hand take them. He's talking about YAHAWASHI.
That's right.
Though they climb up into heaven, thence will I bring them down. And though they hide themselves in the top of caramel.
Because you notice they didn't turn the cameras off the chariots and off. They're not showing them like they were. They trying to, they just like they ain't went away.
Love them back to sleep. Love motherfuckers back to sleep.
Go ahead.
I will search and take them out thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence will I command the serpent, and he will bite them.
So the Lord's gonna send Godzilla to go take care of them.
That's right.
If you notice the name Godzilla, it literally spells God's lizard. All right, so the Lord got a giant serpent,
Don't mention the behemoth. The scriptures talk about 2 things that the Lord got. The behemoth and the Leviathan. Yep.
Yeah, man.
A fucking tree trunk.
Right.
So it's gonna get real bad, and we're actually looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
Right? Because what we want to live in peace. Like a one wise man said, he don't want to eat GMO. He don't want to breathe chemical. All right. And I don't want to either, man. We don't want to get old no more. None of that.
Hey, don't want to look at water and look in it and see motherfucking micro
shit living in it.
Living in it.
All right. Hey, so with that, we're gonna give all praises, all honor, and glory unto Yahawah.
YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, BaShem Rekakwarash,
Kwam Yasharala,
Kwam Yasharala,
Abad Babal.
Abad Babal.